Prepare yourself to. Oh, wow.
Get Black Dragon's first book.
Guess we got to get the buttons turned off that we didn't turn off yesterday. Hey, folks, what's going on? Motorcycle club or biker gang? That is the question. And it seems like I've taken a lot of flack over the past couple days in my, I don't know, failure to call it a biker gang in certain stories that I'm doing. And I was accused of putting blinders on, if you will, and refusing to accept things for the way they were. It's biker gang, not biker club, they say, Black Dragon. You guys are gangsters and gang members in criminal organizations, and you just won't admit it. So I thought I would take that up for a few minutes with you guys today. Biker gang or biker club. You know, I tackle the 1,000-pound gorilla in the room once and for all. And I guess we'll do that right after this introduction. Howdy, folks, howdy. I'm Black Dragon, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV, the Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Man, as you get older, you have to be careful because the way you talk, you have to concentrate more on how you talk. I mean, I never thought I would understand what Joe Biden is going through, but I can't speak myself. Something's going wrong with the way I speak. I don't have control over my words. My mouth isn't doing what it should be doing. I sound crazy as hell these days. Crazy as hell. So I just want you to know that. They named two of the guys who were killed, two of the banditos that were killed. They actually named those guys in an update to the story we've been following. See, did I say following or did I say falling? See what I mean? You say it and then it goes like, what did I say? But anyway, the news story we've been following, they did update the news story with the names of the guys who were shot and killed. I'm not going to put their names out. You can go look at, it's all over the place, but I'm not going to particularly put their names out on this show. But they did name two of the three guys that were two of several guys that were shot. But I think that happened yesterday. But we didn't do that story. So we know about it and everything, and you guys can pick that up. Uh, some of the other biker news channels did that. We have a lot of biker news channels now. Yeah, there's a new one. Uh, there's a new one. I think it's called Marcos. I got to look it up for you. You see it down on the bottom under. If you're looking at me on YouTube under channels I follow, you'll see it there. Okay, so hmm, uh, moving into the next thing. So okay, we covered that. So yeah, there's there. Oh, and they're finally starting to make some links about where they think all this is going from. But I'm still gonna wait until some more stuff comes out. But we haven't forgotten. We're watching and being our feed, and of course a lot of people over in Marcos Motorcycle Club Nation. Thank you, Mike Ball. Marcos Motorcycle Nation. You guys got to go check him out. He's a new biker news. Just all he does is biker news. So there's me, Hollywood, and Marcos, and then some of the other channels will cover news from time to time. But we guys got choices. Maybe you'll choose us all. Whatever you do, don't not choose me. But anyway, moving on. Motorcycle gang. Motorcycle clubs hate. I mean, they hate with a passion being called motorcycle gangs. There is no thing, no name that annoys us more than being called a motorcycle gang. It gets in our collective biker club craws. Just get your craw. I've never really known what a craw was. But if you know what a craw is, or even how to even spell it, okay, it gets your craw. When I say craw, I feel like it comes from here somewhere, like your chi. If you're a martial artist, you know where your chi is. It feels like your craw might be your gut or something. That that that's what I think. But I could be wrong. But whatever the craw is, being called a biker gang gets in it. And it sits there. And the reason why is that there are so many connotations that come with that term biker gang. No, it's not crawfish, it's craw. And I believe craw is part of your gut. We need to look that up. So we know what craw is. So in case I'm using it wrong. Craw definition. Hold on here. The crop of a bird or an insect, or the stomach of a person or an animal. There you go. The craw, the stomach of a person or an animal. So you guys think I don't look this stuff up. You just think I'd be making it up out here. These are words I've heard before in my life. I'm blessing you all with my unique knowledge, and I need to be appreciated for it. I feel so underappreciated. But I'm 60 now. I'm 60. And you know what that means, don't you? Okay. If you do, please let me know. But anyway, it's spelled CRAW there. Somebody asked me how do you spell it? CRAW. So it sits in our craws in the motorcycle world. And one of the reasons it sits in our craws so horribly is because we 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 understand everything that comes with that term, biker gang. We understand how it's used against us, how it's used. Like if you're in a so-called biker gang and you were going to get 7 years for a sentence, now all of a sudden it might be 27 years. They have these things called biker gang or criminal gang enhancements. And uh, when you're a gang, it's much easier to tie a RICO predicate to you. Um, and when you're a gang, it's much easier to get police funds to buy those little neighborhood tanks they have. You've seen those little neighborhood tanks, right? You're like, gee, what's that in my neighborhood? Oh, that's a neighborhood tank. Well, what are they used for? Well, they have special permission to use those to drive through your biker gang clubhouse. It's kind of crazy. So we don't like the term biker gang because it doesn't matter if you're in a 99% motorcycle club or a 1%er motorcycle club or an outlaw motorcycle club or a vet motorcycle club or a Mason motorcycle club or a riding club, whatever. You hate that term when they say gang because so much stuff comes behind it. Like if you're a gang, the way they pull you over and search you and treat you, and it's just nobody likes you. Hell, you might not even like yourself. I've only known like 2 motorcycle clubs in my life that called themselves proudly biker gangs or motorcycle gangs. Philip says 60. You're still a baby. Let me know when you get 67. Well, I hope to get there. Hope to get there. So we fight that term, and we fight it because a lot of times civilians and police departments and stuff like that, they they don't understand the difference between different motorcycle clubs. So we're afraid that for them to use, I should start a service where I just go from police station to police station and give them lessons on just, hey, this is this kind of biker and that's that kind of biker and this is this kind of motorcycle club and just so they won't lump us all together. Wonder how much I could get paid to do that. Anyway, um, there's this thing about that terminology that we don't like because it's so negative against us. It comes with so many preconceived notions. It comes with um, so many preconceived outcomes. And it's kind of like this, and this is how I explain it. People say that you're such a wussy, but they use the P word. You're such a wussy, beginning with a P. Because, wussy, you're so afraid to, you motorcycle clubs, you do this, you do that. We know you're gangs. And you won't call yourselves gangs. It's BS. Well, even in the most strident club, most clubs I've ever known of, they have rules. I'm not saying the rules are followed, but they have rules. They have rules like, you know, no alcohol in certain areas, or no drugs in the club. Definitely, you're not supposed to be able to sell drugs from the club. No using drugs in the club. There's some clubs I know that have a policy: if you're a drug addict, you're out. If you don't have a job, you can't join. Like in my club, you must have verifiable forms of legal income. You got to be retired or something, bro. You got to have something coming in, an endowment, a fund, something. Um, Other clubs have these rules like you can't do BS in our colors. Like we don't allow that. And other clubs are so big, they may have chapters, whole chapters or two or three that are just biker gang their ass off. Does that make the whole nation of 66 chapters a biker gang? Or are we just like any city in the United States? Like there are certain cities that have high crime rate. They'd be like, oh yeah, man, whatever you do, don't go to Chirac, bro. Don't go over there. Like Miss T is from Chicago. Miss T always says, I can't take you to Chicago, bro. You look at people too much. Hey, that's a real nice car. Where'd you get it? She said, oh, I can't take you to Chicago, bro. You're not coming back in one piece. Hey, ma'am, would you like help across the street? Hey, man, how much did you pay for that car? She says, you get killed over there. No, I can't take you there. You don't know how to act. And maybe she's right. But some cities like they got so much going on. But does that make like the whole state a gang state? That's what we fight that so hard, man. We fight that so hard because of all that it means so negatively. But when we think of that term and why citizens get so mad, we have to look at the official definition for biker gang and ask ourselves as motorcycle clubs, do we fit this description? Do we fit the description of what the Department of Justice has defined as a gang? And if we fit that description, maybe we need to be maybe we are gangs according to them. Which, if we're gangs according to them, that's what they're going to tell the news, and that's what the news is going to tell the voting pool when they tell our stories, tell stories about us. And the voting pool is going to come in talking about, look at these gang members, man. I'll be damned. They're effing gangsters. They belong in a gang. Gang. Well, you know what I mean. So we have to ask ourselves these questions. Looking at what the definition, go ahead, let's pull up that screen for our good folks over there. Appreciate that. What is the definition of the gang from the National Institute of Justice? There is no universally agreed upon definition of gang in the United States. Uh-oh. Oh boy. That's interesting. There is no, that's what they say. There is no universal definition of gang. What does that mean? That means we're gonna make it up as we go. Oh boy, this is gonna get better. But gang, youth gang, and street gang are terms widely and often interchangeably used in mainstream coverage. You're watching this, right? This is universally used In mainstream coverage, reference to gangs often implies youth gangs. In some cases, youth gangs are distinguished from any other type of gangs. How youth is defined may vary as well. We just make this shit up as we go. Okay, now I want you guys to see this. We're on the National Institute of Justice. I don't know this. I don't know. This could be an official website. It looks all official to me. Motorcycle gangs, prison gangs, hate groups, adult organized crime groups, terrorist organizations. I never heard terrorists called gangs, but okay. And other types of security threat groups are frequently, but not always, treated separately from gangs in both practice and research. Motorcycle gangs are security threat groups. Well, you guys, you're looking at it right here. So here are some official definitions they talk about. The federal definition of gang, as used by the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security's Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise known as ICE, say a gang needs, wow, and it looks like it needs 5 things to be a gang. 1, an association of 3 or more individuals. Uh-oh. Not the whole motorcycle club, but maybe just 3 or more elements within your motorcycle club might get your motorcycle club classified by the Department of Justice as a gang. Two, whose members, this sounds a whole lot like motorcycle clubs right here, whose members collectively identify themselves by adopting a group identity. Uh-oh. Group identity. The Rockham Brothers MC, right? Which they use to create an atmosphere of fear or intimidation. Frequently by employing one or more of the following common name, or one or more of the following: a common name, a slogan, an identifying sign, an identifying symbol, like maybe, you know, a gang sign or something, a tattoo or other physical marking, a style or color of clothing, a hairstyle, a hand sign, or a graffiti. So you got to have 3 or more guys who collectively identify themselves by adopting a group identity, using this sort of group identity to create an atmosphere of fear or intimidation. You got to have one of the following: a common name, a slogan, identifying sign, a symbol, a tattoo, or other physical marking, style or color of clothing, hairstyle, hand sign, or graffiti. 3, whose purpose, you need all these things, whose purpose, in part, although you may have other purposes, like, no, we just ride motorcycles. That's all we do. We just ride. All we do is ride. We just ride. No, you got to have in part. So riding could be it. Giving to charity to people could be part of it. All of these great things that motorcycle clubs could do, but also if you have a part that is dedicated to engaging in criminal activity and which uses violence or intimidation to further its criminal objectives, you're starting to meet the criteria of a gang. 4, whose members engage in criminal activity or acts of juvenile delinquency, which that's what they say all of us bikers are anyway, juvenile delinquents. But if you use criminal activity, engage in criminal activity, or acts of juvenile delinquency that, if committed by an adult, would be crimes with the intent to enhance or preserve the association's power, reputation, or economic resources. So any acts that you do that would empower or increase or better the economic resources or reputation of the MC. So if you're in the MC that just has a bad effing reputation as bad mofos, you could be in a gang. Maybe that's not a. Maybe we need a. Maybe this is it. Yeah. Boo. Boo. Yeah. Finally, the number 5, the association may also possess some of the following characteristics. The members may employ rules for joining and operating within the association. Sounds like prospecting. 2, the members may meet on a recurring basis. Sounds like church. 3, the association may provide physical protection of its members from others. Sounds like the president walking in a room with his sergeant in arms and others around him in a protection loop. 4, the association may seek to exercise control over a particular geographic location or region, or it may simply defend its perceived interest against rivals. You can't come here unless we give you a blessing. This is our territory. We have it on our backs. 5, the association may have an identifiable structure. Wow. Both the Department of Justice and ICE have distinct definitions for transnational organized crimes and gangs. The federal definition of gangs excludes drug trafficking. The federal definition of gangs excludes drug trafficking organizations, terrorist organizations, traditional organized crimes groups such as the La Cosa Nostra or something like that, La Cosa Nostra, however you say that, and groups that fall within the Department of Justice definition of transnational organized crime. So they go into defining types of gangs. The National Gang Intelligence Center and the National Drug Intelligence Center collaborated to produce the National Gang Threat Assessment in 2009. They've been using that damn book ever since. The book discusses street gangs, prison gangs, and outlaw motorcycle gangs. That's y'all. Each gang type merits its own definition and discussion and characteristics that differ at national, regional, and local levels. Let's define a gang member and what is gang crime. Localities interested in pursuing anti-gang policy strategies and programs face the challenge of developing operational definitions for the term gang member, and gang crime. Many criminal justice policymakers and practitioners operate under practical definitions unique to their locality and its explicit gang-related challenges. Some localities fail to address the need for a definition to consider elements of definitions already in use, or consider them. Failing to define the terms gang and gang crime as the terms are commonly used in communities undermines the community's ability to reliably measure progress and outcomes of, gang-related activity and efforts to stop them. So they have California and other states. It all is going to start over in California. And localities have instituted various criteria and threshold levels on an individual must meet to be classified as a gang member. Multiple criteria may be needed to be documented. For example, 1, a reliable source must identify the person as a gang member. So you don't have to identify you as a gang member. A reliable source can. 2, a person must display gang symbols or use hand signs and display gang tattoos. Wow. So these are some of the things that they use as ways to identify you as an individual member of a gang. And it goes on and on. So, by that definition, By that very definition, we can understand now how so many of our motorcycle clubs could be considered gangs by the news, by the media. It says the media up there, it says in the very beginning. This is how the media portrays this, and it's certainly how law enforcement portrays this. So, are biker clubs gangs or not? It depends on who's giving the definition. But if you've got three or more folks engaged in crime that are wearing similar clothing, identified by similar markings and hand gestures or whatever, who are acting in concert to benefit that organization, who commit criminal activity and have rules for joining and operating the association, rules for meeting on a recurring basis, providing physical protection to its members, for its members, seeking to exercise control over a geographic area or other organizations within that area, and has an identifiable structure, your ass is a gang. Whenever you commit a crime, well, I guess with three or more individuals, meeting the rest of these. So three or more individuals can get at least your chapter classified as a gang, if not your entire group from coast to coast. No matter how you feel about it. And that's how that works. Three of your brothers somewhere can be doing something to get you classified as a biker gang. And I'll be honest, if that's if that's what the term is, then a lot of clubs fit that damn criteria. When you roll up on somebody, patch policing, at that point in time, guess what you just became? That's what you become. And some of you mad at them for using the G word because that's their definition of it. When you got 7 of your brothers standing over there in a lineup because they done took somebody out in a bar, don't be screaming, we're just a club. We ain't no, all we are is just the good old boys. They see you as the G word. Ma'am, could you please identify the lineup of the gang members over there, please, if you wouldn't mind, ma'am? I'm terrified. They're a gang. They're a good gang. Yeah. That's what it is. That's where this term is coming from. Doesn't matter how we feel about it. Doesn't matter that we don't like it. It doesn't matter that, man, we got 400 people in our club and 10 guys get arrested. How in the hell are we a gang? Well, it requires 3 or more people acting in concert to benefit the gang and all the other stuff I said in the list. face it, gangsters. Some of y'all are in biker gangs. A lot more of you than you know. As defined by the Department of Justice. Somebody asked me, did I just go Dukes of Hazzard? I did. Did Black Dragon just go Dukes of Hazzard in this mofo? He did. He did. So, hey, there you have it. I think you have to look at history, says horror villain fan. Unfortunately, any 1% club you join has some serious bad blood with other MCs. Yes, yes, they do. And, but hey, by that definition, you ain't got to be no 1%er. You can have a few of your homies over in your 99% get down selling dope behind the clubhouse. And boom. Man, I can't believe the Christian Bible Thumper Boys MC is a gang. Not the Christian Bible Thumper Boys MC. Those guys. Gang members. So think about that the next time you want to show your ass in public in your colors with two more of your bros. You can get yourself on that gang list way quicker than you may have even imagined. Just look up the definitions. They're right here for all to see. And your state, your particular state, will have a few more. But they have right here, as you can see from my viewing audience, you can see all these little definitions they have. You can back up here, you can go look out here, all these places for you to see where a gang is. Look, gangs are an association of three or more individuals who adopt a group identity in order to create an atmosphere of fear or intimidation. Amen. It's all here. Let you know why they're calling you a gang. Everything you can see. Gang Wikipedia. Wow, there's a gang Wikipedia thing. Gang is here we go. A group of a society of associates, friends, and members of family which define leadership and internal organization that identifies with or claims control over territory in a community and engages either, look at this, either individually or collectively in illegal and possibly violent behavior. Wow, and they've got history of gangs, and they got gang tattoos, they got all kind of, there's street gangs, biker gangs, prison gangs, punk gangs, vigilante gangs. Let's look up the biker gang one here on Wikipedia. Biker gangs are motorcycle clubs who conduct illegal activities like, oh my God, and they name some, known as the Big Four. But those ain't the only ones that they call that. The U.S. Department of Justice defines outlaw motorcycle gangs as organizations whose members use their motorcycle clubs as conduits for criminal enterprises. A conduit is like a highway or a road or a bridge or a tunnel or something. A pipe, something that helps you do something. It's a conduit. It's a pathway. And you use your motorcycle club as this conduit, this pathway, this tunnel, this bridge for criminal enterprises. Some clubs are considered outlaw, not necessarily because they engage in criminal activity, but because they are not sanctioned by the American Motorcyclist Association. Wow. This actually is a decent definition. The American Motorcyclist Association and do not adhere to its rules. Instead, the clubs have their own set of bylaws reflecting the outlaw biker club culture. So I guess if you don't belong, if you don't belong to the AMA, I don't guess, but if you don't belong to the AMA, you're already an outlaw to the AMA. Biker gangs also exist outside the United States, such as, and they name some biker clubs in Australia, some clubs that they would consider gangs in Australia. So they got all kinds of definitions here, And many of you guys fit them all. You fit them all. So, Black Dragon's definition: if you're out there showing your ass and doing what you know you ain't supposed to do in them club colors, you're affecting us all in a negative way. Now, we've always had a rule: don't do dirt in your colors. Don't do dirt in your colors. Take them off. You make us all look bad. They're going to call us all a gang. One of the definitions says acting together or individually while wearing those colors, because they think, we all move together, we all move in concert, we all move as one. We all are Negan. We are all Negan. I am Negan, you're Negan, we're all Negan. Or in my case, Black Sabbath. We're all Black Sabbath. Moving together. So what you and your 5 do over there can affect me and my 14 over here. You got to treat this stuff with great compassion, and you got to guard it jealously. In my book, The Public Relations Officer's Bible, I talk a lot about, hey, the purpose of a motorcycle club public relations program is for the motorcycle club to manage appropriately its publics, Publics, or you could say LIX if you wanted, but it's publics with an apostrophe S. Those are the publics that reach out and touch you. Those are your publics that you know. In my book, Public Relations Officer's Bible, I talk about managing the publics, a club managing its publics, managing the relationships that you have. Because once they throw that gang title on your club, boy, it starts to defeat your ability to win court battles. It starts to defeat your ability to get good outcomes from court decisions you may lose. It defeats your ability for your motorcycle club to rent places, rent events, go in places like bars and stuff that'll say no colors. Some will let you have colors, but not those colors. Because every time they come in here, they're starting some shit. If you don't want to be called a gang, don't do gang shit. This is what they're looking at. They're not looking at nothing you say. They're looking at everything them definitions say. That's what they're looking at when they're talking about sounds like a good race car, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, 44 minutes. No reason to talk this to death. Some of you guys are operating a biker gang by definition. So you shouldn't be so pissed off when people call it out. Now you know what the definition is. At least the legal one. The ones that the media is going by, and the ones that the courts are going by, and the police departments are going by, and all of that. That's what they're going by when they call you that. What you have to do is reach down into yourself and say, am I that? Is my club that? Or do I just not even damn care? But I think this content creator thinks you better start caring. You better start caring, Karen, because they're coming after us. This style of life that we live. They're coming after us because we represent freedom, we represent strength, we represent unity, and we represent a clinging to traditional values. And they want that from us. They want you to sooner or later own nothing and be glad you did and be happy about it. And so, any strong organization that you got going, they're going to try to tear it down. And motorcycle clubs, we often give them the ammunition that they need. They don't even have to bring their ammunition, they can pick it up off the ground. So, maybe you should consider that. Listen, I'd like to ask you guys if you wouldn't mind, since I've got 135 of you guys on right now, right this second, if you wouldn't mind just going over for me, for the Black Dragon, and hitting the like button, the subscribe button, the follow button, wherever you are right now, on whatever platform, whether you have me on the Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos or you have me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, please just go press that like button for me on this video. It really helps us out. It helps the show out if you would do that. So I'm asking you guys if you would. Also, you can find me on Black Dragon Biker TV, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And my podcast is The Dragon's Lair, Lair. That's a place where dragons live. The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. Our Discord server link is in the description of this video below. And you can hit me at Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. All right, folks. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And I hope that I see you tomorrow. And you guys take care of yourselves out there. I ask that you stop saying I, my, and me, and start saying we. When you start looking at the club as we, you'll start treating it better. And try to get used to treating people like individual pieces of solid, irreplaceable gold. If you do that, you will always have a strong, unified, together organization. I'm Black Dragon, and that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comments section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
And we'll see you in a minute when we break out the first book out there. We're going to be looking at is.
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?